The Mechanic Next Door, Episode 2. The Market Mishap. The morning started with the promise of normalcy. I had grand plans. Walk to the town market, buy some fresh vegetables, and maybe, just maybe, not humiliate myself in front of anyone. Yeah, that plan lasted about 5 minutes. The market was already buzzing. Mrs. Patel waved at me as I approached the stalls, and I waved back like a professional town resident. The smell of spices, fresh bread, and a hint of something fried filled the air. I was so distracted by the chaos around me that I didn't notice the little basket of tomatoes perched precariously on top of my scooter helmet until smash! Red tomatoes exploded everywhere. Oh no! Oh no no no! I shrieked, slipping on the tomato juice and nearly landing on my face. People gasped, and a little boy pointed and laughed. Perfect. My first market visit, and I had officially become the town clown. And then, laughter. A low, dry chuckle behind me that made my heart both stop and race. "You did that on purpose," said a familiar voice. I looked up. There he was, Yoongi, leaning against a fruit stall, arms crossed, smirk barely hiding on his face. "Accident," I protested, though my hands were still sticky and smeared red from the tomatoes. He raised an eyebrow. "Right, accidents don't usually have perfect aim. Maybe I'm testing gravity," I said, desperate. He sighed and stepped closer, hands shoved in his pockets. "Or you're just a hazard." "Hazard," I exclaimed, pointing at myself like it was a badge of honor. "I prefer enthusiastic disaster." Yoongi rolled his eyes but didn't leave. Instead, he picked up a tomato from the ground and handed it to me. His fingers brushed mine, and I swear, I could feel the faintest warmth. "Try not to turn this into a bloodbath next time," he muttered. I nodded furiously. "Noted." Then, of course, it happened again. I tried to step away gracefully, but slipped slightly on another tomato. Yoongi's hand shot out instinctively, grabbing my elbow before I fell completely. "You're ridiculous," he said, though the corner of his mouth twitched like he was hiding a smile. "Thank you for saving my life," again, I said, brushing myself off, still sticky and red. "Twice," he corrected. We both paused as a local lady approached, wrinkling her nose at the tomato mess. "Children these days. And you. Who are you?" I mumbled my introduction. "I just moved here. Sorry about, everything." Yoongi stayed silent, just giving me that flat look that somehow said, "You're on your own, but I'll supervise." After helping clean the worst of the mess, I tried to resume my shopping. Tomatoes aside, the market was chaotic but charming. Stalls piled high with fruits, vegetables, baked goods, and small trinkets. Children ran around, dogs barked, and neighbors shouted greetings to one another. And everywhere I went, I caught Yoongi's eyes following me, not in a creepy way, but in a way that made my chest tighten. I tried to focus on picking carrots and potatoes, but my hands were slippery from earlier tomato juice. Of course, I knocked over a small basket of onions, sending them rolling across the cobblestones. "Oh, for heaven's sake," Yoongi muttered, chasing after the runaway onions. "Thanks," I called after him, feeling both mortified and grateful. "You're welcome," he said dryly, handing me back a slightly squished onion. "I think I owe you everything today," I said sheepishly. He shrugged. "Just stay alive long enough for me to fix your scooter again. That's payment enough." And somehow, despite the chaos, the sticky tomatoes, and my absolute clumsiness, I felt happy. The market was messy, loud, and unpredictable, just like me. And Yoongi, Well, he was infuriating, sarcastic, and completely adorable when he didn't realize it. As I left the market, balancing my groceries precariously, I realized something. Moving to this small town was already shaping up to be interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, that's all for today. Good morning, have a nice day and good night. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.